Like your horse, you can give commands to D-Dog as well. He'll normally follow you around. You can also make him wait somewhere or lure an enemy by barking at him. Or you can sick him on the enemy to slow him down. Develop new gear just for him, and I'm sure he'll be capable of even more damage.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Sinistrain01, and welcome back to more Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. This is Metal Gear Solid 5, and we're going to move on now. We are actually, let's see.
Please select a mission.
We are heading to, oh, I'm so excited. We're finally heading to what looks to be Africa. So excited to do this. Before we do that, though, we're going to listen to a few cassette tapes, and I want to actually change a few things. We've been listening to the same song for a while. So what do we want to maybe go to? We still need to go and do a lot more as far as finding tapes. Let's go to, we'll go back to Take On Me. Alright, so as far as tapes go, we've got some new things. Let's see, there's all kinds of tapes that we can start to listen to, that we need to start listening to. Alright, so, I guess we'll do those in a separate video as we're moving to Africa, so we really don't need any of that. It would be nice to get a little bit of kind of intel and stuff like that for Africa while we're waiting here, so we're going to go ahead and play these while we set up all of our stuff. So,
ever since the attack on your unit 9 years ago, the name Big Boss has become known the world over.
What do you mean?
Those of your men who survived traveled far and wide. They fought throughout the world. In fact, they're part of the reason we have all these PFs now. Every one of them suffered their own phantom pain from losing you. Talking about you wherever they went helped to heal their wounds. Your actions and words, your legend, has been told on every battlefield they've set foot on. Obviously, as the tales have spread, the truth's been distorted, painted over. Big Boss sacrificed himself to show us the threat that Cypher poses. He sounded a warning, so it goes.
A warning?
Too much power destroys the hands that hold it. Apparently, you chose to be a living example of that.
I never said any of that.
The moment any truth is passed on, it starts turning into fiction. The problem is, fiction inspires people more than facts. To the world, you're now the legendary mercenary Big Boss. The lessons you've taught the PFs are the reason they're so widespread. They're the reason they've survived. And you know what they all aspire to? To one day go nuclear, just like you did, and stand up to Cypher.
Of all the stupid things you could do.
They'll never understand what you really wanted. Heroes are misunderstood. It takes a man of the same caliber to understand what drives them. Bottom line is, these guys want to be like their hero, Big Boss. And deep down they all have their eyes on nuclear weapons. They say that a nuke is the only means of standing against Cypher. But these days it's becoming little more than a slogan to rally the troops and survive in a cutthroat business.
Currently, there are 3 major PFs who've expanded into Central Africa. CFA, Rogue Coyote, and Zero Risk Security. HEC's investigations have shown there's almost no overlap between their areas of operation. It's not so much a turf war, more like they have a gentleman's agreement. If you do cross paths with them, you probably won't have to face more than one at a time. Still, don't expect a walk in the park. The CFA, Contract Forces of Africa. These guys are a major player. Their head office is in Pretoria, South Africa. That's also where the South African Defense Force is headquartered. We think the two are closely connected. An HEC investigation revealed that most of the CFA's operators are former SADF soldiers. South Africa has been locked in struggles with neighboring regimes for years. That means constant action. And we know better than anyone that's the best kind of training. A company drawing its recruits from hardened military vets. You can bet they know how to handle themselves. Do not underestimate them. Within the CFA is a company of soldiers made up mainly of locally hired operators. They speak Afrikaans to communicate with personnel from the CFA. But if you notice any speaking the local language, that's them. Though hired from the local population, they were originally part of a paramilitary group, so they'll have plenty of combat experience. And unlike their days shooting junkyard rifles out of beat-up pickup trucks, the CFA now supplies them with the latest gear from the West. On top of that, they've been combat trained by the South African Army. All that adds up to a much stronger fighting force. So don't brush them off.
Look at the Angola-Zaire border region. The east bank of the Munene River in particular. It's a microcosm of a problem that stretches all across Africa. There's a civil war going on in Angola fought between the government MPLA and the Western-backed UNITA. Zaire is still a dictatorship under President Mobutu, but numerous uprisings have broken out in its remote regions. With all the trouble elsewhere keeping their hands full, neither government has control over their side of the border. They depend on militias and PFs, as do the rebels. Government forces, guerrillas, militants, groups of all shapes and sizes hawk whatever resources they can to hire PFs. Conflict brings PFs. PFs expand the war zone, and more conflicts erupt in a continuous chain reaction. Sounds like our kind of work. Mother Base could grow by leaps and bounds.
Select unit.
Alright, so as you can see, we need to get our... Obviously, that's going to take our support unit down. We need to get our medical up so we can get the sniper rifle that is non-lethal. So eventually we're going to do that. And one way to do that is to go around and take, you know, certain people from different spots, put them in there, and then take them back. That kind of thing can help out. But we just need to get more people so that way we can get that medical unit up to snuff. So without further ado, we're going to go and get into this. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of intro kind of into Africa, where we're going. So we're going to play the briefing tape, and let's do it.
Boss, this contract comes out of Angola. That's right, Central Africa, where Emmerich claimed they were working on a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. There's been a massive oil spill from Mafinda oil field. It's flowing into the river and contaminating the water supply. An environmental NGO has asked us to stop the spill by destroying the facility. Environmental activism isn't exactly our line of work, but it's not that simple either. The group operating the oil facility and causing the spill is the rebel group UNITA. And word has it that UNITA is getting supplied with U.S. military weapons. That sounds to me like Cypher's pulling their strings. Boss, it's time to give Cypher a little surprise.
Alright, so we have higher weapons now. So you can see we've got the W pistol, which is now a level 3. Now, I did see that the... what was it? Someone wanted me to switch back to... We got a new one, which is the bionic arm. Take a look at the bionic arm gold. See how that is. Ooh, nice. CQ button while sprinting to unleash a devastating attack. So we'll try this one out. We haven't used this one yet. I know the red one looks really, really cool, but this is something a little different. So we're going to Africa. So that means we need to be a little bit smarter when choosing what we're doing. If I'm not mistaken, we also have a better submachine gun too. See, it's got 2 stars on it. It's definitely a lot better. It's even got a scope on it as well. So that means the effective range has got to be a little bit better than it was before. But we're going to stick to the pistol for right now. We will use that probably a little bit later. As far as this is what you guys are really, really, really excited about. And I know I'm excited about it as well. Let me make sure we got night vision, phantom. We've upgraded that. Noctocinin, or whatever that is. That's actually pretty cool. Heightens your awareness for limited time. Makes it able to you can organisms without having to mark them. But we're really not going to need that because we're going to do something really, really cool. And we are going to select D-Dog. This is Africa, remember, so there's not going to be a lot of places to use your horse. And we have not used D-Dog yet, so I feel like it is time to use him. We're actually going to go ahead and upgrade him with a sneaking knife, even though we won't be using it because we don't kill anyone, but he's able to actually kill enemies if we need. So that's pretty cool as well. Alright, let's go into our character. Oh, and so now you can start doing missions from what it looks like. as anyone. You don't have to be Snake anymore, but come on. This is Snake's game, alright? So we're going to be using Snake. So obviously we need something that is going to help us out in Africa. So I think for starters, maybe wet work looks okay. I don't know. Let's take a look. Yeah, that one doesn't look too bad. There's also woodland. Tiger stripe would probably work. Splitter would probably even work too. Let's take a look at woodland. Yeah, we'll go with woodland. And you can do the scarf, I think. Because someone wanted to see the scarf. Although the scarf does add a different color. I guess it really doesn't help us blend in, though. But we'll do it because I like to please you guys. We're still going to be nice and stealthy. So we're going to go ahead and commence this mission. Hopefully you guys are enjoying so far. Sorry it took a little bit of time to get into it, but I want to give you guys a lot of exposition and a lot of story to get, because this is our first mission in Africa. So without further ado, this is mission number 13, Pitch Dark. Destroy the oil field facility. It's go time.
Deploying.
Angola's Mfinda oil field, upstream from the landing point. A spill has covered the whole area and crude. A pipeline that crosses the Muneni River failed, and now the shore's a mess. Not to mention the villages downstream have no drinking water. The oil runs to the pipeline from that facility. Taking it out should end the leak. The client this time is an environmental NGO. Destroy the facility. Stop that leak. This may seem like straight-up philanthropy, but there's another reason we agreed to it. The Mfinda oil field was outdated, abandoned. Then the rebel group United moved in, taking it upon themselves to kickstart operations. United's been rapidly modernizing its arsenal. Rumor has it someone's been selling them U.S. military hardware. Intel's analysis suggests the broker's a front company, Cyphers. Keeping tabs on United could tell us who's pulling its strings. Sent to conflict zones as private forces, or PFs. Guys we fought alongside are dying all around the globe for no reason. No banner. But it's how they survive. The demand for PFs here in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation, tribal clashes. You've arrived at Massa Village. It's been turned into a supply hub for United, meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy. Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
The map has been updated.
Alright, ladies and gents, here we go. Oh, yes. So this is Africa. Definitely different types of gameplay than Afghanistan.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Oh, interesting. Alright, so it's, looks like children. We're just gonna keep going. It's amazing how they can hear that. Remember, we've got D-Dog, and he helps us to not be seen, of course. Come on, Snake, you can do it. Alright, looks like everything in the coast is clear. We got a long trek to go, so I guess you could use D-Horse if you wanted to.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Stay. Talk.
Afrikaans, speak, please. Afrikaans praat, alsjeblieft.
The PF soldiers are speaking Afrikaans, an official language of the Republic of South Africa. Boss, we're gonna need someone with the Afrikaans interpreter skill to understand what they're saying. We'll look into it here, but for now, you'll just have to make do without one. You've made it past the village. Continue heading for the oil facility. It's located upriver.
Extraction.
I can't wait to see what it looks like during the daytime. Bet you looks really good.
You gotta extract him.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna have plenty of time to get
Is the property of Saner,
more animals.
South African Natural Resources. Saner drills oil wells wherever they can throughout that region. When the oil dries up, they abandon the facility. Then it's only a matter of time before the aging equipment starts leaking crude. That means United's takeover is the perfect cover for Saner. Now they can blame the spill on a bunch of oil thieves. However you look at it, Saner's far from squeaky clean.
So we're going to be using D-Dog a lot coming up, because this is Africa, so there's going to be a lot more dense forests and stuff to move around in. So obviously you could probably use a horse here, but in some of the missions, you know, we're going to be using D-Dog. We want to get him ranked up and get him some better gear. And then of course when Quiet becomes available, she's still not available for me right now, but eventually she will be. That'll be really fun to infiltrate with her helping me out. Not that we'll really... I think the biggest thing we'll use her for is scouting, since we're going for never being caught kind of a walkthrough. Therefore, I would never need her to take out helmets and stuff like that for me.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Destination.
There it is. The oil facility. To stop the leak, you need to shut down the oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank.
Complete.
The details are on your iDroid.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Anti-air radar. Neutralize that, and our choppers can breathe a little easier.
Alright, so we're going to infiltrate from down here. So that's what's great about having D-Dog is he lets you know where enemies are.
Is uitgeput. Hoekom het ek ooit vir jou so wat gedoen?
Jy iets beter gehad.
Ek wonder as ek hier rondgawe die mante sal kry.
Ah, vergeet dit. Wat bietjie meer as net rondkrap. Een diamant daar hier so. 'n hele spul. Die regering, die militante magte, die wapenaanlaas, almal betrek.
Ja, reken so. En hoekom op God se aarde koop jy ontwikkelde lande die goed in elk geval? As daai magsmantels kom draai, hulle geld finansier burgeroorloë.
Dis fucking belaglik. As hulle genoeg TV kyk, sal hulle selfs glo bloedloop nog steeds is geloof.
Dit is mal word as jy aanhou dink daaroor.
Wel, water.
Ja,
So obviously having an interpreter is something we're going to need because we can't understand anything they're saying. It also looks like it's going to be hard getting by these guys. We're going to need to create a distraction. We'll wait till he goes all the way down there. Too far.
You have arrived at your destination.
Destroy that separator tank. Alright, you planted the C4. Don't set it off until you're at a safe distance. Good, you're away from the C4. Any sign of the enemy? Be sure to time the explosion carefully.
You have arrived at your destination. Development complete. Development complete.
Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter.
Really close, guys.
There's the transfer pump control room. The emergency stop button is probably inside it.
Weather will clear shortly.
Okay, he might be heading our way. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't get against this. I could kill him, but we're not gonna do that. Alright, I think we're good. Shit. We hit the chair. You gotta love this game. Woo!
Spit it out. Lie down.
Oh, that's right, he can't lie down. Almost forgot that they don't understand anything. It's daytime now.
Mission info.
Oil transfer pump shutoff confirmed. Next, destroy the oily water separator tank. That'll ensure they can never use the facility again.
Sun will rise momentarily.
situasie. Alle eenhede, staan by.
You destroyed the separator tank. Objectives complete.
Mission
No security will be tighter after that explosion. Get out of there ASAP.
I wonder why it sent me over here. This is a little weird. Like it just did a pause, and then it sent me over here. We still need to be careful though. Clearly, look, we got more enemies here before we exfiltrate.
caution. Rain approaching.
I see D-walkers.
Boss, I just got a report from the intel team. An enemy unit is en route to the hills. Looks like they mean to hunt you down. You'll have to make it past them somehow.
Look yourself.
Oh my gosh, how many we got?
What the hell heeft ons hier?
Select a support helicopter requested.
Alright, while we're waiting.
You gotta extract him.
Get to the outside just in case more come.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Sweet, so we got to see a little bit of day and a little bit of night in this mission. Beautiful weather effects. So this is going to be the big storm effects, whereas you had sand in Afghanistan, this one's going to be a lot of thunderstorms, lightning, fog, and mist kind of weather. Good job, Dolphin. Thanks for all the help.
On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Exfiltrated.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Unit function added.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.
Alright, well there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Again, that was mission number 13, Pitch Dark. I did have to do a retry, but you know, that's okay because like I said, this isn't the be-all, end-all, and you know, you got to learn their whereabouts and all that kind of stuff. But I really did enjoy this mission, so again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it well. Hopefully this guide will be able to help you complete this mission as well. We're going to build up more D-Horse, we're going to build up more D-Dog, and of course, hopefully we'll get quiet very soon. So thank you so much for watching, and of course, I will see you next time. Peace out, bitches!
Boss, we took another look into Saner, the owner of the oil field. They were behind what happened. They hired the PF, not United. They restarted the facility all the while pretending they were the victims. One other thing. Saner's Johannesburg head office is just a room in a multi-tenant building. Company's essentially non-existent. 3 years ago, that investment fund stepped in and started gutting it through a series of mergers and sell-offs. And get this, the fund itself no longer exists either. It's a shell corporation, meaning someone is just using Saner's name from the shadows. But what about those strange corpses? Just what the hell were they doing over there?